Monica, and I wanted to talk to you all about this new Cricutmaker 3 that I just got. I was very excited about getting this thing. I also have a Cricutmaker, and I was excited about the Cricutmaker 3 because I could make long pieces of vinyl. So I was not so happy when I got it and did some investigation and realized I had to buy smart vinyl. That's about 4 times the cost of regular vinyl. And not to mention, probably like a lot of you guys, I have a lot of vinyl here that I want to use. So I have come up with a way that I can print longer vinyl. So let me show you what materials I'm going to use today. I have the Cricutmaker 3. I have I guess this is about a 5-foot roll of matte black vinyl, just regular vinyl that I get from 143 Vinyl. I have 2 mats here. These are 24 inches long each. Now these are from the Paper Studio. I believe I got these at Hobby Lobby. And what I did was take these mats and I used Gorilla Tape, taped them together as close as I could get them, both sides, so that I can make one long piece of mat here. All right, so also besides that, I have my weeding tool from Cricut and a pair of scissors, and then I have my laptop that I worked with Design Space. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vinyl down on the mat and then show you the SVG file that I'm going to be working with. Okay, now I'm putting the vinyl down on this mat, and let me go ahead and tell you that these mats right out of the packaging are super sticky. So I took an old t-shirt and just dabbed it all over to try to get some lint on it so that it's not so sticky. But another thing I wanted to show you guys that I have to do here is on my first attempt at cutting a longer file here, I found that the Cricut 3 started above the line. So I'm going to have my vinyl go all the way to the end. Okay, so I have my vinyl down, and don't worry about any little bubbles here. And also where the tape is, don't worry about it, it's a little bit raised, but all we're looking for is something that will hold the vinyl down. Now, another thing I noticed on my first try at doing this is that if I just leave it in, put it in the machine like this, it's going to pull up the end. So just for safety's sake, go ahead and put down a piece of painter's tape just on the edge, and then leave the rest underneath, like that. Okay. All right, now we're ready to go look at our SVG file. Okay, so here's my SVG file that I'm gonna do. It's a bunch of mountains. It says the mountains are calling. I bought this from Design Bundles. I duplicated and did a little bit of changing, some things like that to make it my own. I have that at 44 inches long and about 6 inches tall. And then I created a weeding box. So I have this, it's 46 inches tall, that's 44. This is 46 inches long, and that's 44. And then the weeding box is 7.5 inches tall, and whereas that one was 6. Okay, so what I did was I sent the weeding box to the back so that you can still see what we've got, and that looks like that'll fit just fine. Okay, now I'm going to group these 2 things and attach them. Okay, now we're going to make it. Okay, so now when we're over here, it shows us that we have about a 48-inch cut. And I'm going to say continue. Now, I already have my Cricutmaker 3 on. All right, so it's going to ask me, now it already assumes that I'm using no mat, because that is the only way that they've designed it to print long, is with no mat and using the smart vinyl. So we're going to go ahead and tell it that we are using the smart vinyl, okay? So we're going to click that. Now, the Cricut is already asking me to insert the vinyl. So here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is just take this whole thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and scoot this Cricut back a little bit. And I'm going to insert it. Making sure that I don't have anything extra here. Let me turn that off. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut off a little edge. I've made my tape a little bit long. There we go. And maybe over here. Okay. Hopefully that won't cause a problem. All right. So now, let me move it back some more because this piece is pretty long. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and insert it right there, and I'm going to support it. You got to, you might want to make sure you have a table or something long enough to do this. I just have this at my kitchen table right now. Okay, so now here we go. It's centered nicely. Okay. There it goes. Now, the first thing the Cricut is going to do is measure your vinyl. So it's going to pull the whole thing through to make sure that we have enough vinyl. So make sure you can support it on the other end. You don't want to have it just dangling off. And it's going to stop at the end. There it goes. Now it's going to come back and start the cutting. Okay, now I have my Cricut on wheels, which has been so helpful. I can move that around quickly. Okay, now I'm getting the indicator light that says it's ready to go. Here we go. Now, this Cricutmaker 3 cuts like much faster, 4 times faster or something like that, they said. All right, here we go. Okay, so I have my cut project here, and it looks like it did okay, but we'll see soon once I start weeding. Now this has a lot of mountains and birds and words, so it's going to take me a little bit to do this, so we might speed this up, okay? All right, here we go. Okay, so my finished project is done. Looks good. I'm very happy with it. And so now what I'm going to do is put this transfer tape down on top of that. And I've already cut a piece so that it will, it's a little bit bigger than, it's going to come over on the edge just a little bit, but I'm fine with that. I don't want to cut it too closely, and it looks like it's going to fit fine. So what I think I'll do, because it's so large, I don't think I'm going to use the U method, you know, of folding it in half and dropping it down the center. I'm gonna try peeling this back and just kind of placing it right here. And see if I can get this to be right. Let's see. I think it'd be easier to handle it if I do it this way. I can just peel out from underneath as I go. And lift. Okay, so I peeled it away from the mats. I was careful to remove the orange tape or the green painter's tape off the edge. Take that off carefully. And now I have this nice decal. I haven't put it on a board yet. I did go ahead and take it off of the mats because, I left it on there first of all and weeded it there because I was planning on putting it, just transferring it and using transfer tape and go ahead and put it on a board right now. My board isn't quite ready, so then I decided to go ahead and peel it off. You just have to be real careful and make sure, as you know, when you peel the vinyl off of the mats that you are to turn it over and peel the mat off. And just make sure you keep your hand there to keep this nice and flat. And try to keep the bubbles down. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut this out and save this extra vinyl here for another project. So the purpose of this video was not really to see what the final product looks like on a board. It was mainly just to show you how to use the Cricut 3 without smart vinyl and print a long decal. And it is possible. So, okay, so there we go. It turned out beautiful. It is about 45 inches long, and I did use mats to make it on the Cricut 3, so I think of this as a win-win because I was very frustrated that I was going to have to buy all new vinyl. So as long as I can do this, because, well, for the main thing, I don't do a whole lot of projects that are this long, but I definitely want to use the vinyl that I already have. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and are encouraged that now you can use your Cricut 3 with your regular vinyl. Thank you.